If you've ever watched any videos on this channel before, it's safe to say that you like Pokemon. And if you're also like most people, you'll like playing puzzle games. Well, that's why there's a great puzzle game out there right now called Pokedoku. Pokedoku is a daily Pokemon game that is a puzzle game. It's like a Sudoku. Pokedoku. It makes sense. It's going to give you a type or a category, and on the other side will give you another type or a different category, and you have to choose a Pokemon that fits those categories. Now the goal is to get the most unique score. Guess the Pokemon that have been guessed the least by other people. However, like today's board, sometimes Pokedoku will team up with creators, such as myself, to bring you guys customized boards from your favorite creator. That's right, I was fortunate enough to team up with the Pokedoku team for this video today, made a board, and I'm gonna let you guys all play it. Now in this video, I'm gonna have 3 of my closest friends who I've lived with all of them, so they hopefully know my favorite Pokemon by now. Guess the board. My board is 9 of the most influential Pokemon in my life, whether it be Pokemon I like, Pokemon I've used on teams and things like that. So if you're a fan of the channel, you might know some of them. But if you're new here, maybe you'll learn a little bit about me in this one. So today, you'll see my friends Ankle Knuckle, Andrew T, and Doorstop put together their takes on my favorite Pokemon. And at the end, I'll show you the right answer. Now this is the perfect time to tell you that if you want to go into the Pokedoku today, spoiler free, pause the video here, follow the link in the description, play it, and then come back and see how you stacked up with my friends. Alright, I'm Eyrie, and this is my Pokedoku Creator Monday board. Alright, Ankle, so we like practically lived together for like a whole year, and we talked about
we were honorary roommates.
Honorary roommates for sure. So, you gotta know a little bit about my Pokemon tastes. So I got this new Pokedoku board, and I want you, I know you've been playing it, I want you to go ahead and try and guess, in order what I would get as my 9 most, not most influential Pokemon, but 9 that mean a lot to me that would work here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for starters, the right column is hopefully free. I'm not totally updated on Eyrie lore, but
it should be.
I mean, Kanto Fairy type. Kanto Fairy's got to be your number 1. That's Puff.
Yeah, she's my favorite Pokemon, so she's definitely up there.
Kanto Middle, or Kanto Water. That's Squirtle. You had the controller, PT.
Yeah, I do. Squirtle is
Eyrie,
my second
Poggers.
Pokemon. That's true. Yeah, you got that one.
And then Kanto Flying for Charizard. You got the hat, PT again.
Again, yeah, you got a Charizard. Those are my 3 of my favorite Pokemon just in general. It just so happens they're all from Kanto. A lot of people probably are going to get that wrong, thinking flying type Kanto. They don't think Charizard of a flying type. It's impressive. So yeah, you're 3 for 3 right now. What else are you super confident on?
I think from there I'll go to the middle column.
Okay.
The next most I know is that you're a fellow Gen 3 fan.
That's true. I love Gen 3.
And I don't think you can see Grass and Flying, and I instantly think of one of the goats of Gen 3, Mr. Tropius.
Tropius. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. We'll put Tropius on there.
From there, Grass Water, again, the goats of Gen 3, that's Ludicolo.
One of the goats. Can't go wrong with a little Ludicolo.
And bottom middle, I'm a lot more clueless, but I can't think of many Grass Fairies. I think I'm only pulling up Whimsicott.
Okay. Fair guess. I mean, there's not many else that could really exist there.
You can see it. He's very good and competitive.
Hey, maybe that's...
If you're a VGC player.
Maybe that's why I put him on there. Who knows?
From there, we'll go third row, but backwards. Bottom left, we went with Hatterini. I remember that was a Pokemon that you really loved, and we played Sword and Shield together.
Yeah.
You were a big Hatterini fan, and I was a Grimmsnarl fan.
Yeah, we had the Hatterene Grimmsnarl, like, gang war.
I think we both shiny hunted very, very quickly.
Yeah, I got mine really early. I don't know. Did you ever get yours?
I did.
Okay, good. Because you deserve
like
that little. You deserve that little.
300 eggs.
Yeah, mine was like 19. Okay.
I will say I was surprised to not see a Dragon Grass on here. Expecting Flaplinks. I think that was your first on-stream shiny hunt, wasn't it?
That was a big one for me, but I just couldn't get it fixed on there. It does hold a lot of sentimental value. Applin, my first on-stream shiny.
All right. So for Psychic Water, I'm gonna go with one of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 1. It's Slowbro.
So we're picking your favorites, not my favorites at this point. That's interesting.
Look, there's not a lot of great Psychic Waters in your repertoire, to my knowledge.
Shit, we got a timeout. Right. I accidentally had the background as the Sprite website. All right,
No problem.
Go ahead and guess the water Psychic one again.
For Water Psychic, I can't think of any that you like. I'm gonna go with one of my favorites from Gen 1. That is Slowbro.
That's a fair guess because we have a lot of similar tastes in just like things in general. So
For last one, I can't think of many Psychic Flying. I don't think you're a big Natu guy. I don't think you're a big Tapu guy. So I'm gonna go with Lugia.
Lugia, very interesting.
That's all I got.
All right, Ankle, are you ready to see your percentage? How many you got right?
Let's see it.
You got 5 out of 9 correct.
That's not bad.
Yeah. All right, we got my good friend, old roommate, Doorstop on the line. Doorstop, I feel like you know more about Pokemon than me, and that's something I don't get to say about a lot of people.
I'm informed on Pokemon, at least the doubles competitive side of it.
Yes, but how much do you know about the Pokemon that I love? And that's what we're doing here today. So we got the Pokedoku board for the day. I made it, so I'm gonna take it away. How would you solve this thing?
So the first thing I look at immediately is the Kanto, because I think I know you best here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only uncertain about one of them, but I'm very certain about two.
Okay.
The most obvious one, by far and away, I'm literally staring at like the two of them in your Discord profile picture right now. Jigglypuff as the fairy one, by far and away the most easy one. We all know about you and Jigglypuff.
Yeah, we have it like that.
Yeah. And then the second one, I'm Squirtle again, also in the Discord profile picture.
Okay.
I'm very, very confident on those two. There's even a Squirtle emote on the Pokedoku board that I'm pretty sure is from your channel.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good context clues.
If someone misses this, they should be very ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, it's super true.
And then the flying one, that's actually a lot harder because Kanto has a lot of like cool birds. I'm inclined to say Charizard because I think Charizard's very cool, and I feel like you think Charizard's very cool. There's a couple this one could be, but I don't know. I think it's a safe guess. Charizard in Smash, he's lots of ups and downs.
Yeah, he is. He's made me happy. He's made me sad.
Yeah. So I think there's like a possibility right there. After that, I'm actually like a little bit less certain on other ones because some of these typing combinations like pretty unique, and I didn't know you were like tight with some of these Pokemon like that. The Psychic Fairy one is probably the one I'm next most confident about because it's just like a pretty universal, it's a pretty unique typing. And nobody likes the Tapus, like just nobody. They're just not cool.
Super true.
Yeah, so I don't think it's Tapu Lele. And it could be Iron Valiant, but I don't know if you're tight with like Gen 9 Pokemon like that. I don't really think you've had time.
I played Scarlet.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you didn't even like so like Iron Valiant is pretty cool, but like I don't know. I feel like if this is like specialty, you're not really like tight with like Gen 9 Pokemon like that yet. So that like leads me to believe it is very, very clearly got to be Gardevoir. Also, it's not Iron Valiant isn't that typing. It's fairy fighting. Because I'm very smart. I play competitive Pokemon, guys.
Yeah. Competitive VGC player didn't know Iron Valiant's type.
Iron Valiant's really good at singles. I know that. It's not a type in doubles.
Gotcha,
not a Pokemon in doubles, but yeah. So I'm gonna say Gardevoir for the Psychic Fairy. Gardevoir is such a cool Pokemon. A big fan myself. I think you agree.
I agree.
We'll keep going on the fairy row. Grass Fairy is like a little bit harder. And I really don't know. Other than the, one time that totally wasn't like anytime recent, you managed to describe Shiinotic in great detail to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like the only person who would remember anything about Shiinotic, because I completely forgot this Pokemon existed.
Yeah.
I don't even remember it existing. I don't know. It's gotta be somewhere in like the Gen 7 to Gen 8 like
it's Gen
area.
7, yeah.
See, again, that you know that, it's just like a little suspicious. I feel like Shiinotic's probably the Grass Fairy type. I don't think you like Tapu Bulu. Again, no one likes the Tapus.
Yeah.
Even if I like Tapu Bulu a little bit, just a little bit. Like, I don't think you're tight with Tapu Bulu like that. It could be Whimsicott or Cottonee. I'd actually understand it more if I knew you were like a competitive like VGC player because, fun fact, Whimsicott and Cottonee have both won regionals. But I don't think you play VGC like that. So I think it's Shiinotic on the grass fairies. That's my guess for the fairy road.
All right, where to next then?
So we got like this top left corner, and here I'm a little bit less sure. Let's go dead center with the grass water. I think that's Ludicolo. Like when I see grass water again, like Ogerpon Wellspring has existed for like 2 months, and like not even. And like while I have gotten to know Ogerpon Wellspring very well as a VGC player, I don't feel like you've gotten to know Ogerpon Wellspring. I also am informed that I don't think you played the DLC yet, right?
I have not played the DLC yet. Well, I have.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
didn't finish it.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it's like, if you weren't that enthralled by the DLC to, like, go out there and get Ogerpon Wellspring.
Yeah, for sure.
So...
I don't even know what that means, I'm not lying.
yeah, exactly, right? I couldn't tell you what it means, I just know that it exists, because people are using it.
You didn't
Very
play it
good.
either.
I haven't played it either. I just play Shota. So... It could be Lombre or Lotad, but like I'm like sticking to like fully evolutions here. I'm just not like I understand because Lotad is kind of cute. Lombre, I'd be lying if I said I get it, but I'm gonna just stick
so
to full
ugly.
evos here. Yeah, I can't say I get it, but I'm gonna stick to full evos here. I think Ludicolo is my guess for water grass. You know, let's keep it on the grass. So like we got grass flying, and I think there's like a couple actual like choices here. Shaman Sky is pretty cool, but I don't feel like anyone's played through a game like got to use Shaman Sky. It's like an event Pokemon, right? Like I feel like Pokemon are a specialty or like Pokemon that have like done something for you. 99% of the time, that's like something in a run. And like I maybe you like the movie like that, but I don't know. So I'm just not feeling it on Shaman Sky. Jumpluff, a very funny VGC Pokemon. It's been used this year. I think it did really well. I think it might have even won a regional this year. But pretty random. Hoppip is like a common choice because it's just like a really funny Pokemon. The name's funny. It's the J-Wits Pokemon. And I don't know if you're an old head enough like me to remember J-Wits.
That and
Alright.
I was enthralled.
Yeah. So like, you know, like maybe you really like J-Wits like that, you like Hoppip. So like if it's Hoppip, I'm very not surprised. It's probably my second guess. But my ultimate guess here, I don't think it's Tropius. I don't know. Tropius is so random. Whatever. It could be. I have a friend who really likes Tropius. I don't think there's more than one of him though. So you know, I think it's Rowlet. Rowlet is a lot of people's favorite starter, especially among like the more recent ones. And I respect that choice a lot. He's certainly my favorite of that generation. He's very funny. I do think that you like Rowlet like that. It seems very Alex core, or Eyrie core, I suppose. But
It's both core, probably.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Rowlet on that. I'm like decently confident, but I can see it being Hoppip if given the circumstances. That's my read. Let's go to a Water Psychic. And the Water Psychic, I'm significantly less sure of this category. I don't think. Again, Bruxish is the ugliest thing ever. I'm really disappointed in you if you say Bruxish. I'm disappointed. Veluza, again, this is like a forgettable Pokemon in Generation 9, and people haven't even like gotten to know Generation 9 Pokemons like that yet. So, I don't think it's Veluza. Slowpoke, it could be. Slowbro is my guess. It could be Slowking. I'm guessing Megas don't count here.
They can't count.
Oh, they can count?
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe you like Mega Slowbro like that. I'm gonna go Slowbro. If it's Mega Slowbro, I'll just hold that. And I don't think it's Starmie. I feel like Starmie's like a very like meh Pokemon. I know it like kind of ran singles for a while, back in the olden days, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling Starmie, so I think Slowbro's my guess. Just because of the three of them, Slowbro's like the slow line. I think like the Slowbro's probably my favorite one, and it's also like I don't know. I feel like it's I don't know. Slowking's like pretty iconic too. It could be any of the slows. That's but I'm gonna go with Slowbro. And that leaves us with one final category of Psychic Flying, which is a really random category. Because so many of these Pokemon in Psychic Flying are just either not it or like extremely niche. Namely, like Woobat and Swoobat. No, they're just not it. I don't know. They're like the Zubat of Gen 5, and they just look like dumber. And Zubat's already annoying. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I can't do Woobat. I can't do Swoobat. Sigilif, extremely random. Nobody's guessing that. If I lose to Sigilif, I lose to Sigilif. I'll hold that. Natu and Xatu. I actually think Natu's really funny looking. Xatu, meh. No. Natu's just a ball though. And I feel like things shaped like a sphere is very Alex score. It could be Natu. I'll respect it if it's the Natu choice. It's not Orikoro. No.
It's definitely not. I'll reassure you.
Braviary Hisui. I'd actually think that's a pretty cool Pokemon. I like normal Braviary more though, and I feel like most people are like me. Although I do think Hisui and Braviary is like pretty cool. So if it's Hisui and Braviary, I'll hold it. Galarian Articuno, nah. I think normal Articuno is cooler anyway. So that leaves one very obvious iconic one that I would expect from most people. I feel like 98% of people who have a Psychic Flying category answer with this one, and I think you're in that 98%. I'm going with Lugia.
All right, so Doorstop, you filled out the whole board. Lugia, Rowlet, Charizard, Slowbro, Ludicolo, Squirtle, Gardevoir, Shiinotic, and Jigglypuff. How confident are you that you've got more than 4 of them?
More than 4 of them? I'm pretty confident.
Okay. I will tell you, you've got 6 out of 9 of them.
Ooh.
All right, guys, this is my GOAT, my roommate, Andrew T. He's actually calling in from Puerto Rico right now. Andrew, you think you know a lot about my favorite Pokemon?
I think I know more than anybody else.
Okay, well, we'll see if that's true. Go ahead, take it away. It's your board.
Alright, for Kanto Flying, I have Dragonite.
Interesting choice.
For Kanto Water, I have Squirtle, obviously.
Obviously, it's not like he's not on the board or anything already.
Kanto Fairy, Jigglypuff.
Interesting.
And
Interesting that you think I liked Jigglypuff like that. What gave you that?
Yeah, it was kind of a wild guess. I knew the other two, but Jigglypuff was kind of hard.
Jigglypuff that's a toughie.
So, Grass Flying, I have Shaman Skyform.
Interesting. What makes you think that?
Well, I always liked Shaman Skyform. I thought Shaman Skyform was pretty cool. And I thought you would like Shaman Skyform as much as the next person, you know?
Not wrong. All right, go ahead.
Water Grass, we got Ludicolo.
Okay.
And Fairy Grass. So this one's a little interesting. I picked Whimsicott.
Whimsicott.
Because I can't think of any other grass fairy Pokemon.
That's acceptable.
For Psychic Flying, we got Lugia, of course, obviously.
Okay.
Psychic Water, Starmie.
Why Starmie?
Kanto. Yeah, Starmie's pretty sick. Then we got for Psychic Fairy, Gardevoir. That's what I got.
Alright, so that's your board. It's pretty good. Now, which of these are you like 100% confident in? Which ones are you like, they might be wrong?
Honestly, I think I got 100% besides the Jigglypuff one.
Really? Interesting. Yeah, that one's...
Yeah.
I mean, that was a wild guess. I don't even know why you would say Jigglypuff. That's... Who likes that Pokemon? But, I will let you know, you did get 5 out of 9 of them.
What? That's not right.
Yeah, it is right. 5 out of 9.
I think you messed up somewhere.
I messed up somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah.
Alright guys, now I'm going to explain to you guys why I chose the Pokemon I chose. Now, of course, none of our players got all of them right. So I'm going to go ahead and through in the top left and make my way over, starting with the flying row. So the flying type I chose, the flying psychic type is Lugia. Now, Lugia, I just have a lot of hours in Pokemon Soul Silver. And I also really like Pokemon the movie 2000. It's my favorite Pokemon movie. I was born in the year 2000, so I, relate to it a lot. All right, flying and grass type, I chose Rowlet. So, Rowlet is like kind of my starter goat. I really like the bow tie. I've always liked bow and arrows growing up. And so when I saw like a hooded owl who like shoots arrows, it became my favorite starter line. It's not my favorite starter by any means, but it's my favorite starter line, and, I like Pokemon Legends Arceus. I chose Rowlet. For Kanto, I had to go with everybody's favorite, Charizard. Now, for those of you who don't know, I also play Super Smash Bros. Competitively, and the character I play in that game is the Pokemon Trainer, because I love Pokemon so much. So Charizard is a no-brainer here, as it was one of my first Pokemon ever chosen in the games. I loved it in the anime, and now I play them in Super Smash Bros. Alright, moving right along. If you remember why I chose Lugia, you'll know exactly who my water and psychic type is. It is Slowking. I really, really like Slowking growing up because he could talk. It was so cool. And I saw the Pokemon 2000 movie before I saw Mewtwo Strikes Back. And I thought it was just like him and Meowth were like the goats. But it turns out more Pokemon could talk later on. For my grass and water type, this might have tripped a lot of people up. I actually chose Lotad. The reason I chose Lotad over Ludicolo, don't get me wrong, I love Mirror B, but I always used to think that Lotad looked like a little pizza growing up, or like a little Pac-Man, and so Lotad was like my favorite. I went through a playthrough where I didn't evolve my Lotad one time, because I thought Lombre was so ugly, and I couldn't figure out how to get Ludicolo. So I had a Lotad in my champion team growing up playing Sapphire. So I really like Lotad. Alright, if you guys don't get the water Kanto one, even though it's one of my channel's mascots. That's right, Squirtle. Again, the same reason of why I like Squirtle as Charizard, because of the Pokemon Trainer in Super Smash Bros. And also, I really liked him in the anime. And as of recently, he's just been the Pokemon I would choose if I play through Gen 1. Alright, moving down to the bottom left, the Psychic Fairy type, I went with Gardevoir. Now, I am a big Gen 3 boy. I grew up in the early 2000s. Gen 3 was the latest and greatest when I was learning how to read. So Gardevoir is always on my team because Wally catches that Ralts, and I needed a Ralts too because Wally ain't about to show me up. Next up, this is another weird one. I actually built one VGC team in my whole life in college, and it featured a Whimsicott. And I really liked Whimsicott. I just think it's a cool Pokemon, a little cotton ball, and I like it. And last but not least, the most obvious one if you know me, my other Super Smash Bros. Main, my favorite Pokemon of all time, Jigglypuff, is the Kanto Fairy Monotype. Now, the reason I chose Jigglypuff as my favorite Pokemon growing up was because I had a DVD of the Pokemon anime that had Jigglypuff's face on it, and it had my favorite episode of the anime growing up, the one where the Pokemon are all giant and Jigglypuff sings them all to sleep. And she was always my goat. I loved every episode she was in. I played Jigglypuff in Super Smash Bros. Always had one in my team in Fire Red, Leaf Green, as well as Red, Yellow, and Blue. I just really like Jigglypuff. And so those are my answers. I hope you guys got them all right, because as you guys can see, I did. That would have been awkward if I missed one. But let me know how you guys did, if you got 9 out of 9 of my favorites, or what you got, your uniqueness score was maybe. And it's nice to see that already 2,660 people have played this. Of course, this video will be out a bit later. I'm playing this at midnight. I gotta edit it still, so it'll be out a little bit later. So hopefully a lot more people get to play it and enjoy it and check out my channel. If you like Minecraft and Pokemon content, you will love my YouTube channel, which if you click there, it'll bring you to it. Really cool stuff. Alright, once again, thank you guys to the Pokedoku team for letting me do this. Keep on playing Pokedoku. I've been Eyrie, and you have a great day.